You are now tuned in to DAR Sports Media. It's the Hoops Hour, where casual hoops meets the hoops experts meets real hoops. This is Eric. We got True. Might have some other people jumping in at some point. We're gonna jump right into, and I'm gonna need you to put me on because I am. All this shenanigans happened over Valentine's weekend. The most holeless possible activities were going on over the weekend. Please put me on to this entire Kevin Durant situation. There was burners, there were group chats, there were
well,
talk to me about it.
So there's two things. Valentine's Day weekend, you probably were busy. I myself was quite busy as well. That's what happens when you have women in your life. But Kevin Durant is obviously one of those people who doesn't have much women in his life, especially since he's made over $500 million in his career somehow and doesn't. But we've seen this before. So this goes back to the days of KD being with the Warriors. After he left Oklahoma City, he got revealed to have a burner account where he would argue with fans about his decision making and things. And there's like these group of people like, he's just like us. He's just like us. He wants to talk to fans just like us. And it's like, okay, do that on your own regular profile like we do. Like, I don't have a burner to go back and forth and argue with people. I mean, we are very well versed in the wrestling world, and we know a bunch of wrestling people do that. And KD is not much different from that, I guess. But like on some real shit, like KD is the guy from PG County, DC. Me being a guy from Baltimore, I have my own opinions about PG County, DC people. But I've always thought he was a weird guy. I just thought he was amazing at basketball. And I think once he started to show his thin skin, people knew they could get over on him and like get in under his skin. They have this thing called 35 Ventures Media. And most of those people were following this burner account, which is a dead fucking giveaway that it's your burner account when everybody that works with you is following that burner account. Like
kind of defeats the purpose, right?
Yeah, like there's people responding to the tweets from this account saying, "Yo, when are you back on the court, bro?" Like people that in his inner circle, and it's like, why would you be so open and blatant about it? He was talking about teammates. He was shitting on Steph, shitting on Steve Kerr, shitting on people in Brooklyn, James Harden, Kyrie Irving. Like, you're a horrible teammate. Kevin Durant is a horrible teammate in this way. And people are like, oh, some of those messages were like AI. Some of those are forged. Some of them, sure. The account exists. A lot of these responses actually exist. Some of those messages, obviously, people are going to take it and embellish it, go overboard. But KD, one of the best players I've ever seen with my own eyes play basketball, is also very much a loser who spends his time in group chats, like going at his own teammates. Like, if you're going to talk about your teammates, go talk to your teammates in practice. Go talk to your people, you know what I'm saying? Like, and sit down with the coaches and do that. Don't go talk to some random motherfuckers on Twitter that you gain friends with like that. I think it's pretty obvious that these guys are clowns. Like, you can't shit on your current teammates with the Rockets and be like, I can't do shit with these guys. I can't win with these guys. You are the leader of that team. You joined a young team that needs your guidance, and your guidance is to get in group chats with Twitter motherfuckers and
be
talk
a fucking goofball. Yeah,
like I said, I have all respect for KD as a player on the court. Amazing score, talking about 30,000 plus points in his career. Amazing efficiency. He can do it damn near everything on the court. He can hit the three ball. He's amazing from the mid range. He's not the greatest finisher, but he can still finish. He's not the most amazing dunker, but he can get you an easy dunk because the motherfucker's like 6'11", 7 foot with a long wingspan. So KD's a talented guy. I think, however, the criticism has always got to him, and he has to learn to get beyond this criticism. And if he doesn't do that, it's going to plague him, because you went to Phoenix, you couldn't win with Devin Booker, you couldn't win with Chris Paul, you couldn't win with none of these, Bradley Beal. You couldn't win with James Harden, Kyrie Irving. You couldn't win with Russell Westbrook and James Harden. You're not going to probably win with Amin Thompson and all these other guys. You're not going to succeed in your different stops. The one place you did succeed, though, Golden State. You should be happy that you got to come to a team that won a championship before you got there, won 73 games before you got there, and won a championship after you left. Like, I just think his ego and his insecurity shines through, and that is why you get what you get. Like I said, the Twitter debacle, it's not much to talk about. It's just something that needs to be addressed. And I think people need to stop doing this softball shit. Most of those guys on Twitter who are taking up and kissing his ass are trying to get in this group chat. Oh, you don't have 1% of his net worth. Yeah, and I also don't got a burner account so I can shit talk my teammates and pal around with a bunch of losers. Like, that's not what we do here. So, like, I think people need to stop throwing these rich guys bail and being like, oh, well, you see, it's okay that he does this because he's just like us. If being just like you means you got a burner account where you shit on people you around every day face to face and you don't say it to their face, I don't want to be just like you. I don't want to be just like you, and I'm not going to be just like you. So, kudos to KD for playing, for playing as well as he has this year. But off the court, clearly this man's a clown, and just log out. Like, you worth $500 million, bro. If I was worth $500 million, if I was worth $50 million, $5 million,
you'll never see me again.
You probably won't see me on Twitter at all. I'm taking I'm taking my lady, I'm taking my daughter. I'm going somewhere, getting the fuck out of Dodge, cutting my phone off. I'll holler at the homies and be like, hey man, we doing the podcast. I do the podcast from the villa. You know what I'm saying? Like, I do some shit like that. Like, we having fun.
I don't have a phone with 12 numbers in it.
Yeah, like, I'm not dealing with that shit. Like, it's just not worth the hassle, bro. So, it is what it is, man. Like, if you watch any of the stuff KD does on like the boardroom and stuff like that, he got like Rich Kleiman, the Banksy, that clown ass motherfucker, and a couple other people that are his dick riders, his professional dick riders. And he's in a group chat. His group chat got revealed that he was in a group chat with a bunch of random Twitter motherfuckers and them people shitting on like Kyrie, James Harden, Sengun, Jabari Smith. Like, he was shitting on every single, every stop he's been at. He's been in this group chat for years, and somebody must have got kicked out the group chat. And it was probably like, I'm going to just expose this nigga. And they did that. And that's the thing. If you wasn't fucking pillow talking and running your mouth to some random Twitter dudes about your teammates, like, why are you doing that? Like, go talk to them. And he was shitting on Steph, Steve Kerr, which I concur everything he said about Steve Kerr. Fuck Steve Kerr. But he was shitting on them. He was shitting on like James Harden, Kyrie, like Devin Booker. He's like, I can't win with Book, and when Book would do good, it's his team. When we do bad, it's my team. Like, it's just peasant activity from someone that's worth $500 million. Because even if you feel that way, why are you in group chats with random dudes from Twitter? Like, it's like you on Discord. It's basically like you on a Discord. That's what it was.
Yeah, I'm looking at it now. Yeah, wow. I knew that burner stuff was going to kind of catch up to him somehow, but to see or to hear that he really went on a smear campaign, like, wow, damn, that's tough, man. If you're Sengun and one of them guys like in Jabari Smith, I don't want to play with him. Like, I don't want to play with him. Sengun, Jabari Smith, like, these guys got some young pieces, and it's like to get a dude like this, you're a superstar. And for you, like you said, peasant activity.
And you're off time to be doing goofy shit like this.
Like, in your off time. Really? This is what we're doing here? This is actually taking it to a new low, like, of internet behavior. This is tough, man.
Speaking of new lows, I know, True, there's some other stuff you want to talk about. Real quick, it happened right before we started recording. This anti-taking stuff that Silver wants to fucking introduce. You guys, you're more plugged in. You're more plugged into the NBA than me. You tell me the answer to this. I know, True. I know you've seen The Cabin in the Woods. You know, at the end of the movie where they don't do what they're supposed to do, and then the gods break loose and they destroy the whole world. Is that what's going to happen if we fucking get rid of the lottery? Like, why are we so tied so tied to locked in to having just get rid of the fucking lottery, and then this whole thing is over. There's no more tanking. Like what? Just get rid of the lottery. Or is the world gonna end if you get rid of the lottery and do all this other bullshit? It was like 10 new rules. You can't fucking go to the conference finals and pick in the top 5. You can't do this. You can't do that. Just get rid of the fucking lottery. Why is this? Why? What are we doing?
I'm gonna say this real quick. If you get rid of the lottery, if they did that 10 years ago, Cooper Flag would not be in Dallas, and you probably wouldn't have Zion in New Orleans and some of those, because those are very interesting situations that they shouldn't have been. The Pelicans shouldn't have picked number 1. Dallas shouldn't have picked number 1. The lottery exists so they can do their rigging, honestly, and I think I don't mind them getting rid of it. I don't care. Get rid of it. I don't care. Give a shit. But we know what's going to happen when that does happen. Like, we know what's going to come of that when it happens. People are going to complain. People are always going to complain. I think it's hard. I think when you have teams like Utah doing what they do, that's why I think it's got to stop. Like, that's where you got to stop it. Like, Utah is being ridiculous. Like, you got Jaren Jackson Jr., you got Lauri Markkanen out there, and then you win in by 12 points at the end of the third, and then you take them out. Like, that's ridiculous. Like, that's not, like, give your guys a chance to, like, we know you're not making the playoffs, right? We know you're not doing nothing. Give them guys a chance to play together. Give them guys more time on the floor. You can get, get my guy Isaiah out there more with them. Get them all to play together. You're not trying to win the game, but, like, that's a blatant, that makes the game look even worse to me when you're doing it like that. So I get the whole anti-tanking thing, and I get, like I said, Adam Silver's trying to make some adjustments. Obviously the All-Star game was a prime example of them trying to make some adjustments, which that's cool. Like I thought that All-Star game was okay. Some entertaining parts, but it's like, even with these new rules, I still think teams are going to do this bullshit. I still think they're going to do the same stuff. Like, they're still going to do the same stuff they've been doing. Like, they just, like, even if it might not be as blatant, but they're still going to do it. Like, they're still going to do it in some way. So, I mean, I hope, like, it's not fun. It's not fun watching, betting, anything when these teams could, like, you got to watch it. These, like, the Nets are tanking right now. The Jazz are tanking. The Grizzlies are trying to tank. The Grizzlies had a 15-point lead on the Pat Spencer and Moses Moody Warriors and gave up the draws in like 3 or 4 minutes. like, come on, bro. Like, we know what you're doing. We know what you're doing. That's got to stop. Like, we watch sports to see competitive sports. We're not watching to see you, like, blow 20-point leads in 5 minutes.
So one thing I saw that I did kind of like is that they were talking about that basically all non-playoff teams is going to be in the lottery, and the lottery was going to be flattened. Like, the number 16 team got the same odds as the number 1 team. So you lose all the fucking games you want. If you don't make the playoffs, you're going to have the same chances as everybody else. I did kind of like that, but again, like, just get rid of the fucking thing. I don't know. Apollo, what do you think, man? The anti-tanking stuff.
It's too much. I don't see the big problem with even how it is now. But if you're going to change it, just change it back to, like, or do it like the NFL does. I mean, now, one thing that I do see in, like, the things that they're proposing, teams can't pick in the top 4 if they made the conference finals the previous year. All right, that's cool. That's the kind of not have, like, teams like OKC who, you know what I'm saying, who will make a conference finals, will make the finals, and they still got all these damn picks. They can still be in the top 4. Like, all right, okay, I can see that. But, like, well, or like Eric said, you flatten the odds of all the lottery teams. You know what I mean? That's cool. But I just don't think, like, you need to keep tweaking stuff, man. Because if you do, you're going to tweak something. Like, something you take out is something that you need to keep, because you're doing all this complete. Like, you're trying to appease everybody. You can't appease everybody, man. It is what it is. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if you tank now, you might not be guaranteed anything. So it's like, all right, it's going to force these teams to draft and develop. You got to be smarter. You got to have smarter front offices. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, what's the problem with that? The guys actually doing their jobs. So, it's too much.
Lee Harvey, what do you think, man? New anti-tanking fucking rules.
I kind of agree with Apollo. They might as well just keep it simple. Whoever has the worst record gets the number one overall pick. This upcoming draft class, you don't really need the number one overall pick because of how much talent could declare this upcoming year. There's at least 10, 12, maybe 14 guys that you could start your franchise with. If you end up getting an AJ DeBonta, or I don't know, Peterson or Cameron Boozer, and he becomes that guy immediately, then it's all worth it.
There was and then they were talking about too the nuclear option of getting rid of the draft entirely, and you just sign the top guys who are coming out. I said I didn't see one single person discussing the scenario that instantly popped into my mind is, okay, what happens when a team with a lot of salary cap space goes on in there and they sign 3 Anthony Bennett's to $25 million a year contracts? Then we're fucked. What are your thoughts, Apollo, on the possibility of doing that?
Like this, leave it alone. Like, I don't care about these people in the media whining. I mean, like, yeah, tanking is bad, but come on, man. It's up to you as a fan whether or not you want to spend your money at a game and support a team and their product. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you just look on an injury report, or if you just kind of look at a couple of box scores, and you can kind of know, if you're a fan, you know at least there's the option of teams going back to back and playing back to backs. So you can kind of assume, hey, I'm a Lakers fan. I want to go to see the Lakers at home. If it's a back to back, I'm gonna pretty much be sure that Luka and LeBron ain't playing one of them games. All right, bet, roll the dice, or don't go. Like, don't support the team. Just watch. You know what I mean? Just watch them on TV. Like it's other ways that you can, I guess, revolt to make change without having to get rid of the draft. I mean, and get rid of this incentive of having to tank and stuff like that. Like, yo, there's other ways you can do it. Don't support the product. I mean, is that simple? If not, it's the business, yo. I mean, load management, it is what it is. These dudes, like people don't understand. It's a lot of travel and wear and tear that goes into these guys, like goes with these guys. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's a kid's game, but it's still a lot that comes with it, especially with the business. So fans got to be a little more like aware of that. I mean, yeah, you can root for whoever you want to root for, but like when it comes to, all right, we're shouting for the rooftops, whining about stuff that, to be honest, it ain't that bad. Like getting rid of the draft, I think that would be a terrible idea. It'd just be terrible all over. You know what I mean? It's the whole, like I said, it's a pageant. What it represents, the whole process. Like that's the stuff that galvanizes more eyes to your sport. You be able to see these guys coming in. You know what I'm saying? Like, all right, we've seen them in college, or a lot of casual fans haven't seen these guys in college. They'll see him in March Madness, and they'll be like, oh, okay, bam. It's cool to see this kid live his dream to be on that stage. Like, people like that. It's a show. So, I mean, that, like, you can't get rid of that. I mean, if anything, if you want to not televise it like they did back in the day, you know what I mean? Just had cards and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? All right. But, like, come on, man. And look, it's the NIL era, but the professionals always been the professionals. College is just catching up to professionalism. So, I mean, we ain't got to bend the rules and do amateur stuff. Come on, man. Like, this, if you are mad or if you're upset that your team is tanking, they're going to be sitting their starters. They're going to sit them because they're trying to position your team to have a better shot at getting a game changer. Understand the process. If you don't like it, don't be a fan. It's that simple.
So right before the break, we were talking about the teams that could step up. And then between our last episode and the break, Spurs went on this crazy run where they were looking so damn good and so damn dominant, beating everybody. Have they emerged as more of a competitor, as more of a threat to the OKC than they were before we last recorded? What do we think of the Spurs going forward in the second half of the season, True?
I feel like the Spurs, I'm not sold on them completely. Like, I'm not completely sold on them in terms of being like a formidable threat to OKC, but I think they maybe could give a run, because it's like, it's one thing to do this in the regular season. You have to do it in the playoffs. You know, we've never seen Wemby really in a playoffs. You know, Castle we haven't seen. We haven't seen a lot of people and like in this playoff setting. So I don't really know what to expect from them come playoff time. De'Aaron Fox, they got a lot of guys. Devin Vassell, like they have a lot of guys who can give you good minutes, good points, and their defense is solid. Wemby is a problem regardless when he's on the floor. But my question is, will that be enough to overcome the championship pedigree of a OKC? If Denver gets healthy, can they get beyond Denver? You know, if Denver can get healthy, Jokic stay good, Aaron Gordon comes back, you know, Watson comes back. Like, there's a lot of guys on that Denver team that could surprise you and shock you in terms of how well they do and how well they put things together. And I feel like I said, the Spurs ain't been there yet. This could be their year to maybe get to the second round, maybe get out the first, maybe get out the first round. But Wemby's durability, right? Every year at some point, it kind of fluctuates. It kind of falls. So I don't know what to expect from them. I like the Spurs, though. I like their team. I like what they can do. They got some versatile guys on there. But I'm still thinking if OKC can stay healthy, because right now SGA is not fully healthy. Jalen, J-Dub ain't healthy. So if the OKC don't stay healthy, though, we could see a Spurs, Nuggets, one of those teams take it right now. I don't really know. I think the West is real open right now with all these injuries, all these potential things going on right now with these teams. If nobody stays healthy come April and May, who knows? So I like the Spurs. I think they're on a great run. But I must remind everybody, before they went on this run, old Wardell gave them 48 points. Yeah, back-to-back games. If he was healthy right now, he would take them down. he would taking them down. Oh, Wardell and Jimothy Butler. But that's not gonna happen anymore. So like, whatever. Like, that ain't happening no more. Like, Steph is probably. I feel like they're gonna shut Steph down for the rest of the season with that runners knee shit. Because what are you playing for? Kristaps Porzingis might do a little something, but he ain't getting you. He ain't getting you. I mean, they're gonna finish in the play-in. So I'll say this: they're gonna probably finish in the play-in because other teams are tanking right now. So they'll probably finish in the play-in. I don't know if it's gonna be 8th, 9th, or 10th, but they'll probably finish in the play-in. The big problem with that, though, is if Steph comes back and is able to do something, there is a slight chance that the Warriors could get into the first round or get out the play-in with Steph on the floor. You always got a chance, but it's not going to be enough. Like, do you risk having a larger injury? You know what I'm saying? Like, do you risk it? You know what I mean? I don't really know what you expect with that. So I don't know what could come with that or come from that. But my hope is, like I said, the Warriors find a way to do something. I would love to see them against the Spurs in the first round as a 7th seed or like the 8th seed against, like, if OKC drops down, which is very possible. I would love to see them have a first round series against that, just so I can see Steph go to work. But like I said, the Spurs, not fully sold, but I'm definitely of the belief they could
make a run. Like they could make a run. It just depends on health. Like health is the biggest thing for everything right now. Like everything in the West, the East, all that shit depends on health right now.
What do you think, Apollo? The Spurs as a potential competitor after they heated up right before the I want to say spring break, right before the All-Star break.
So yeah, they're second in the West. I mean, I do like their team. I think I don't want to say they're peaking too early as a team, but I mean, it could be possible. They might be peaking a little too early as a team. I believe they have like the 10th toughest remaining schedule in the league. So I think they're like 4 games back from OKC or something like that, so they could catch them. But they got a couple of games against Detroit that they got to play. They got to play Denver, who's right behind them. They got to play them 3 times. So those are some games that's going to show like, all right, where are you really going to be come playoff time, because you're going to be playing top teams, and how do you fare amongst those top teams? Like I said, I think I told True this not too long ago. I'm like, I'm not going to be surprised like 3 years or so if Stephon Castle is not one of the top 3 American-born players, in the league. Because he's just that good. He plays the game the right way. Dylan Harper is another. I mean, he was the number 2 pick. Like the kid can ball, and when he develops and all that, like they got some stuff. And Carter Bryant, he was very raw, but he's learning. He's already athletic, so that he just adds other pieces to them. And especially they let what was the kid named Sohan, they let him go. So it's like, that's still they got a lot of depth. So they can challenge OKC. Like True said earlier about the health of OKC, we'll see. I think they're learning that in order to sustain success, you got to load manage. I mean, it's a taboo subject, but it is what it is. You got to load manage. Sit them dudes down. I don't give a damn. Look, man. The fans gotta be smart, man. Yo, you want your star to be healthy when it comes down to playoffs, or you worrying about a damn February 18th game? Like, what we talking about? So, I say all that to say, San Antonio, they do have a good shot, but like I said, I think they might be peaking a little too early. They're not there quite yet. But Wembayama, I mean, he's blossoming. He's coming into his own. He's becoming that global superstar that the NBA desperately wanted him to be, and what we kind of thought he could be. I mean, with height and tools like that, I mean, this boy was going to be a phenom no matter what. So, so they definitely got a chance, man. And Denver is right behind them. I think Denver is really strong too. Can never count them out. So I could see those 2 teams, being the ones at the end of the day, if OKC was to slip or if injuries, hinder them in any way.
Well, we'll have to see going forward who's going to step up, who's going to step in. It looks like right now, as we're recording, the Detroit Pistons are maintaining their form, putting it on the New York Knicks pretty damn good. What a great story the Detroit Pistons has been. What a great story. We are here at DAR Sports Media. Thanks for everybody for tuning in. The wrestling video game pod last week. We'll be coming at you with another media next week. Be on the lookout for us on the United Football Media UFL season coming back into effect. This has been Hoops with DAR Sports Media.